Welcome back to Two Gets Down. I'm Kunal.
And I'm Basil.
The first weekend of IPL 2025 is over, and we're here to break down why Rachin Ravindra is the most hated man in Chennai right now after he won CSK the game. Is IPL 18 going to be the is IPL 18 going to belong to number 18? Kohli and Hyderabad are really back at it again. So before we kind of go into the game, what do you make of the first weekend of the IPL so far, Vasu?
I thought it was really good. It's what you expect from the IPL, and it's delivered.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would say good games all around too.
yeah,
To be fair, the only one game, the Hyderabad game, which is a bit lopsided, and it does seem like Hyderabad are going to be the same team that are going to post like
yeah,
200 plus again every time. But the other two games, what I liked about that was they were like kind of like chaseable targets, what you kind of want out of a T20, nothing too crazy. Um, we'll start off with the KKR versus RCB opener on Saturday, and I mean, just to get things started, it definitely seemed like RCB. Yeah, or sorry, yeah, our KKR batted first, and they got off to a great start. It definitely looked like RCB had their spin bowling, all the things coming into the tournament about their bowling being weak were showing signs of it being weak. Obviously, they had no Bhuveshwar Kumar, which we expect him to be back for next game. So, what did you make of that first like 12 overs before the things kind of switched back again in the game?
I yeah. I mean, like same against Srinagar, and he's not like he's still back with his batting. So yeah, I really thought I really thought their bowling was really weak. I mean, like the
Yeah.
only person who showed anything. I mean, like their own like. I mean, Josh Hazelwood was unbelievably good. Like it was any like nobody could go after him at all.
Yeah, I mean, he
Hi-
definitely was an interesting start from RCB. They only gave
Him,
it. Go on, sorry.
him, and I think Yash Dayal bowled an over in the opening spell. But I think what's his name, Rajat Patidar, his captaincy in the first, because I think obviously it was his first match as captain, so I think his captaincy kind of he went a bit off in there. I think he should have definitely bowled Yash Dayal a second over in the power play and because and which he didn't, and he brought on Rashid Salam there in the power play, which kind of gave the freedom there like to KKR to kind of just actually open to actually go after a bowler there. Because I think
Yeah,
Yashdale bowled a really good first over, and he should have kept him on for another over there because from the other end, Josh Hazelwood was bowling really well.
I mean, he only he only bowled Josh Hazelwood two overs in the power play, and then looking at just yesterday's bowling figures, he didn't even bowl his fourth over, so he had an
Yeah,
overs to
exactly.
spare. But I think with Rajat Patidar, I think he even came out and said it before the game, or he said it after the game, one of the two, that he was really nervous about the game today, about that first game. So I think winning that game will do his world of will do his confidence a world of good, to be honest. And hopefully for the next game we see some tighter spells. And we're expecting Bhuvi to come in for Rashid Salam. Anyway, so I think that might strengthen their fast bowling up a little more. But yeah, the first 10 overs, I definitely felt like KKR back. These are the champions. RCB back to their ways, and just kind of seemed like everything was kind of going away from RCB, even considering everything that Hazelwood and USL did in the first kind of 10 overs. And then the man that was going to lead RCB's spin attack that no one really kind of, I don't know what people's expectations were of him in terms of delivering it. Krunal Pandya comes in and just turns the game for you. Like he gets Ajinkya Rahane, he gets Ajinkya Rahane and Venkatesh Iyer. And he also got Rinku Singh
Hmm.
in his like four overs. Like rightfully he got man of the match, and he was RCB's like match winner, I think, in terms of
I
bowling.
mean, if you look at it, they're leading. I mean, well, who like their actual leading pace? I mean, their leading spinner is like their actual proper spinner is like who's their like leading spinner is Suyesh Sharma, and he was absolutely terrible yesterday.
I think you're going to see Krunal Pandya being the leading spinner. I think.
I mean, he's an all-rounder, yeah, but he was actually so much better. So I think that's where. I mean, so the thing is. So Suresh Sharma, like that's the issue they need to. I mean, so I mean, it could be an off day that he could have. I mean, like, but I mean, look at it. Varun Chakravarti had a really off day,
Yeah. So
but I
yeah,
think,
Steven
but I
Sunil Narayan. I think Sunil
think,
Narayan was the only kind of bowler who kept things a bit tight. You think of Livingston. He bowled 2 overs, 2 overs, 14 runs, seven. Like not horribly bad compared to what the other spinners were
but I
going
think
for.
the Livingston really bowled really well. If you
Yeah, that's what
actually
I'm
watch
saying.
it
That's the
during
thing
the
I
game,
like
yeah.
about RCB's bowling. Yeah, they might not have an out and out uh spin like who's going to lead the spin attack, but they definitely have options to play with, like with Livingston, Suyu Sharma, and Krunal Pandya. And I'm wondering who else didn't bowl for them that could bowl a little bit. I also thought there was someone else. I mean, they played Tim David, right? I'm not saying he batted, but they played Tim
No, but
David.
I don't think they'll ever. I don't think they'll ever bowl Tim David.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's the
if
thing.
they Yeah, I don't think that they bowled Tim David. Jitish Sharma, but we'll get to it, all the other players
No,
here.
yeah, but but I think that's
I'm
the
not saying
thing.
Jitish Sharma for bowling. I was just saying, talking about
Yeah.
the people who didn't bat. Um,
Hmm.
and then I think, like, kind of going back to that first innings, KKR really just had nothing to show for apart from Sunil Narine and Ajinkya Rahane, who looked in great touch too. And then everyone else kind of made 30, 12, 4, 6, 5
I
runs and
mean,
just,
they were really well set to get at least 200. Like, I
oh,
mean, at 107 they were at 107 for two in 9 overs there.
yeah,
Ten
Ajinkya Rana
overs,
even said
sorry.
it in the post-match interview. They were kind of trying to like target 220 at one point, and you end up
Yeah,
finishing at 174. I think RCB definitely went into the innings break kind of feeling like they can chase us with their batting lineup.
yeah.
And
I think
then
yeah,
go on,
I think
sorry.
I think in their batting, or like, yeah, coming to the RCB's batting, they definitely came with a set plan for some bowlers, like with especially for Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah, I think they definitely had. I don't know if how much of it is like the recency of like them coming off from their national team. Um, but it definitely felt like Kohli and Phil Salt had a plan to let's just go after Varun Chakraborty, and they will not, and we'll leave Sureen Narayan alone. And to credit to RCB batting, they used that game plan so well. They like as much as they could have went after Sunil Narayan. He only got 1 4 and 1 6 in his 4 overs. They just left him alone, and absolutely hammered Varun Chakravarti. They also did. And then their fast bowling, which we had a debate about last time, turned out to be so weak for KKR. Like Vaibhav Arora, 3 overs 42. Spencer Johnson, 2.2 overs for 31. Harshit Rana, 3 overs 32. He was, I don't know if you would call that good, but he was also a 10 array. Um, and we can talk about the rest of the batting, but Full Salt and Virat Kohli just finished it up front, really. There was
Yeah,
nothing really left
like
in.
their partnership, they're like when Phil Salt got out, I mean there was nothing really left. There was yeah, but I mean like that whole Varun Chakraborty, like the plan had. I mean like it was there like they didn't really want Varun Chakraborty to settle because they knew like if he actually settled the game, like if Varun Chakraborty kind of settled down, like he could have just he could have got like he could have actually like gone through the whole RCB's players, like the whole RCB's batting lineup. So they came out and attacked him from the very first ball.
Yeah, and just kind of moving on a little bit. RCB come out, win their first game of the season opener, and it's go. I mean, probably in the most people before the game talking about RCB hoping it rains and all of this kind of stuff, and they come out with such a dominant victory. Pretty good start for RCB in the opener, and this is not even their full strength, considering as we pointed out, their fast bowling was a little weak. If it wasn't for Josh Hazelwood or yesterday, also, it'll be interesting to see with
Yeah,
Bhuvi back how he plays well too, because
I think
it might just delay Yash Dayal coming in a little later because obviously Bhuvi and Josh Hazelwood might open the bowling attack in the power play.
yeah, I think if I think whatever Boovie comes back, I don't know if it's injury or what it is. Whenever they bring Boovie back,
They said it was a minor niggle.
yeah.
Um,
So if they bring Boovie back, they'll probably play. the fella, it depending on if they're bowling first or if they're batting first, they'll probably play the guy Rashid Salam uh, as a impact sub there
If they need another fast
if
bowler,
they
or
want to
if
get
they,
a
yeah,
fast
yeah,
bowler, yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. Moving on.
Because he was a dim because he was a decent because he was a decent impact sub last year for Delhi there. So that's it. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Moving on to Mumbai and CSK. I mean, this was a pretty comfortable game at the end, really. CSK just
Yeah.
walked. I mean, this was kind of probably, I think, the most lackluster game of the first three games, in terms of like just like it wasn't high scoring, but n n like I mean, let's get to Mumbai first. They obviously know Hardik Pandya, no Bumrah, but just overall, just really weak. Nothing really, no one really got going. On what do you call for Mumbai? Really, like the highest run you had was Dilip Verma for 31, which is like which just tells you everything. Like if your highest run scorer is Dilip Verma,
Tilak
and
Verma, and then I think Deepak Chahar was next, I believe, was it?
Deepak Chahar, tw 28, Suryakumar Yadav 29. Everything else just kind of
Yeah,
nothing really
they didn't.
happened. And then, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to say about Mumbai. Mumbai is like, I mean, if it wasn't for Deepak Chahar, this would have been a way more embarrassing loss for Mumbai. And it'll be interesting to see how more balanced that side becomes once you do have a Bumrah, once you do have a Hardik Pandya.
Hmm.
But credit to what do you call CSK's bowling. I think Khalil Ahmed up front was really good with the new ball, and then Noor Ahmed came in and changed the game. 4 overs for 18 for 4 wickets. I mean, probably man,
He's unbelievable
yeah,
there.
probably man of the match. I think,
He
considering,
was, yeah, he is man of the match, yeah.
yeah, and everyone else. I mean, the only one bowler. I mean, Sam Curran bowled only 1 over. He went for 13. Nathan Ellis didn't look anything special. He had 4 overs for 38. Ashwin and Jaddu seemed okay. Like nothing really great out of them. But yeah, I think Noor Ahmed and Khalil Ahmed were the standouts for that.
I
Anything
mean,
else?
nobody needed else to be great. I mean, that's the thing with CSK. It's hard to be a CSK in Chennai there.
Yeah, they had
So,
so much spin. They had so much spin. I mean,
I mean,
if your three spin bowlers are Noor Ahmed, Ravindra Jadeja, and Ashwin, like you're gonna have a pretty tough time in Chennai. Um, and then coming to CSK's batting. Yeah, I mean they lost an early wicket in Rahul Tripathi, but apart from that, Rachin
Ruth,
Ravindra and Ruturaj Gaikwad just
Gaikwad played really well. I mean, like he came out and didn't make it look
I
and
think
didn't let it.
Rachin Ravindra was the one who was there at the end of the game, but I think Gaikwad was the one who pretty much just took the sting out of the game and
Yeah.
really just because I honestly will say this, if it wasn't for Gaikwad, this game CSK could have been in trouble here because their middle order of Shivam Dubey, Deepak Hooda, Sam Curran, all really just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, like Gaikwad came out and made sure that, like, oh, like they didn't want a game, they didn't want to get this game like stuck anywhere. So he came out and just played it like, oh, we just want to finish the game, like so, like we didn't want to leave this game to any into like go deep or anything like that. Yeah, I know the game went to the last over, but that was
Yeah, I
only
think that
because
was
of
more
one.
of
Yeah,
Rachin Ravindra playing slow than like CSK. I mean, Mumbai bowling well enough to take it there. I think Rachin just
yeah.
was trying to not like throw his wicket, and even Jaddu
Mhm.
came in and he hit 17 off 18 balls. He wasn't no like they weren't in a rush to like finish the game off, to be honest. Um, and then you had probably the man of the match of Dhoni. I think
Mhm.
zero runs for 2 balls, not out. Strike rate went up, average went up. I mean, good things are looking good for him.
Yeah, but what can you do? I mean, like as I said, Rachin Ravindra is probably the most hated man in Chennai right now.
Yeah, if you want a bit of a comic relief right now, I think you can open
Not just Chennai.
Rachin Ravindra's Instagram account or Ravindra Jadeja's Instagram account.
Oh, the hate
Both
comments.
comments, the Dhoni fans in those comments are well and truly alive.
All the
Yeah, for a
yeah. I
man who did
mean,
nothing in this game, he seems to be generating the most right
yeah.
now.
That is all the CSK fans. I was really impressed with this guy, Vignesh Puttur. I mean, he bowled really well. The guy who got 3 wickets for Mumbai.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I genuinely will say this. I don't, if it wasn't for Guaycard, I think this game could be a little more interesting where I think you might see Rachin potentially get out earlier if he was trying to like hit more and not take it deep. I think
Hmm.
Guaycard inning allowed CSK to go deep without feeling the pressure of the scoreboard.
Yeah,
Um,
Mumbai actually did put up a great fight, I'd
that's what I
say.
was
But the
saying.
thing
I
is,
think,
they just really lacked either a Hardik Pandya or a Bumrah. If they had one of those,
I mean,
I
Trent
think
Bolt. I mean, let's just talk about their bowling. Trent Bolt, 3 overs, 27, never looked like taking like
yeah, a
anything.
wicket up front. No,
Yeah, Deepak
no.
Chahar, he was okay, but he only bowled 2 overs. Santner was getting smacked around the place, and then by
Hmm.
Guard. I mean, just nothing really out of. It was those like bowlers that you didn't expect to come in and do something like Namandir, 3 overs 12. That Vingesh Putur guy, 4 overs 32. Will Jacks, 4 overs 32. Like these guys that you didn't really like aren't your frontline bowlers came in and really pulled the game back for you.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah,
good
yeah,
credit to Sky for that. Like I thought he made some decent changes at the end when he was trying to just get something out of the
yeah.
game.
Like their frontline bowlers didn't really do much for them. But if you look at their other bowlers, like Namanthir, 3 overs 12. Santner only bowled two, but he bowled Namanthir 3 overs. Will
Yeah,
Jacks, he bowled him 4 overs, but Santner only bowled 2 overs Santner was actually because didn't bowl as well today compared to Namanthir or Will Jacks was. Will
no,
Jacks
and I
did.
think I think they realized that. So it was they made the game a little more interesting, which yeah, kind of made the game towards kind of into the last few overs, and then kind of moving on to Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals, and oh my God, this reminded me of IPL from last year. To be honest, this was like I had to like I was a little scared when I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have another games like these, and Hyderabad, man, what to even say about them? They're back at it again. They batted first and made a mere only 286, which could have been 290, 300, honestly. They slowed down at the end.
I thought it was actually going to be 300, but then Klassen got out there, and then the guys who came after him didn't really do much. But yeah, but if he hadn't got out, I thought
Yeah, I think
they
if
were
Nitish
dead.
Kumar Reddy or Hendrik Klassen stayed at the back. Yeah, because everyone's talking about Hendrik Klassen. He hit 34 of 14, but Nitish Kumar Reddy hit 30 of 15. He was only
Yeah, I
one.
know. But if either one had him, if either one of them had kept on, if either one of them had stayed on the crease, they would have definitely got 300. Like.
I mean, you look at
Mhm.
that batting lineup of Abhishek Sharma, 24, got off to a decent start with Travis Head on the other end. Travis Head doing Travis Head things, to be very honest with you. And then Ishan Kishan, who I was the most skeptical about because obviously he's been okay at Mumbai, nothing like not good enough to even get into the Indian team in the T20 side at times, right? Moves to what do you call Hyderabad picks him up, and then first game for Hyderabad, 106 of 47 balls. I mean, it was just absolute
Yeah, I
destruction.
know. Like,
And then
yeah.
Nitish Kumar Reddy, Hendrik Claassen, like what, like just like it was. I couldn't believe some of the hitting today was unreal.
Yeah, I mean with Ishan Kishan, yeah, like Ishan Kishan, like he had one great season with Mumbai, and then they let him go. I mean, then they let him go, and then they brought him back in the auction, like, and then they brought him back for like almost like 15 crore,
Yeah,
and then that season he had an absolutely terrible season, absolutely terrible season, and then they had to let him go, and then they kept him on or they let him go, and now he got
I
picked
think
up.
they. I mean, if you're talking in terms of from like Mumbai's point of view, I think they'll probably think they've dragged Ishan Kishan for like a season or two longer than they probably
Yeah,
should have.
yeah. Hmm.
Which probably is good for both parties because I think Ishan Kishan comes in with a little like kind of point to prove, and I mean point proven, right? Like 106 of 47, like just just a great innings from out of him. And then someone had to be on the other end of the smackdown, and Jofra Archer for the most expensive bowling figures in IPL history, 4 overs in 76. He had economy of 19. I mean, like what in the world did Jofra Archer do? I mean, I don't know how much you blame him because Sandeep Sharma 4 overs 51, Mahesh Theekshana 4 overs 52, Faruqi 3 overs 49, Deshpande 4 overs 42. Like where do you go? Like who bowled well? No one.
I mean,
And
in this case, I mean,
I wonder
but
if it's the pitch more than like the
I mean,
bowlers.
it is the pitch. You can all, yeah, it is the pitch, but also it's not smart bowling. I mean, for in case of Jofra Archer, it's not. I mean, it's not smart bowling for him as well.
I mean that was one of the things I think we mentioned in the preview, at least from I think I remember saying it. He's a great bowler when you have all pace and pace works, right? But I think, in my opinion, in terms of like variations and slowing it down and like doing something different, I think he. I don't know. I just don't see him being that type of bowler, and I think today, like. I just kept seeing, it felt like you kept seeing Rajasthan just bowl pace, 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 and like someone come in and like switch it up a little bit to get those wickets.
Tushar Deshpande was their best bowler, 4 overs, 44. And in terms of how all the figures were, 11 and over, and he got 3 wickets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like Tushar Deshpande, like credit to him, he bowled differently than all everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were watching the match, he kind of 1 or 2 overs, he did look like
But
like
to
out
credit,
one or two
but credit,
deliveries.
credit, but like I think one of the context we're missing, he did bowl towards the end of the innings.
Yeah,
He didn't bowl up front when the destruction was happening. I think he maybe had bowled one over
but I mean,
in the early on, which he got Travis Head.
but in this game, doesn't matter where you were bowling. People were like everybody was getting smacked.
But to the point I was trying to say. I think he was bowling mostly towards the end of like Ankit Verma and maybe not Ankit Verma, but towards the Klassen and Nitish Kumar Reddy mostly. But yeah, he was probably their best bowlers. And I mean, we're talking about these bowlers being bad. I mean, we can have a look at just go to Rajasthan's innings. Um, Jaiswal get like they get off to the worst start possible with Jaiswal, Riyan Perag, and Nitish Rana all losing, going out quick. But Sanju Samsung with a great innings again, and I mean, what can you say about this guy in terms of IPL? Like, he definitely seems like it's like one of those IPL merchants. He's so good in the IPL, 66 off 37. But the innings for me was Dhruv Jurel, I think.
Yeah, Dhruv Jurel.
Like 70 of 35. He was the only one where you were like, okay, they're going out, but they're like going out with at least putting up a fight. And it just tells you like the pitch, like where was this game again happening in?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. The pitch. People love to talk about other pitches around the country, like but like Mumbai or like RCB. But this pitch, like it's just made for batting. I mean,
And then
You look at Pat Cummins. Joff Archer was 4 for 72, right? Pat Cummins
hmm
was 4 for 60. Pat
there you
Cummins,
go. Yeah,
this is Pat Cummins. I want to say that again. Like Pat Cummins 4 for 60, Mohammad Shami 3 for 33, Simarjeet Singh 3 for 46. But he probably was the one who kind of just killed the game in the first over, like in his second over where he took 2 wickets. Um, Harshal Patel 4 overs 34. He bowled quite well.
he was their best bowler.
Yeah. Zampa 4 overs 48. So like, I mean, yeah, it just felt like bowling full on pace on
Like,
this wicket.
like
Just
look at that, Shubham Dubey, 34 from 11.
Shivam Dube.
But Shubham Dubey.
Yeah,
Remember we
yeah.
were
So
talking about him?
Shubham Dube. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I got it. I thought I was looking at the bowling. Yeah, I mean that. Just the point I'm trying to say is like I feel like any bowler who was just bowling full on pace, you were gonna get whacked around the
Yeah,
park in.
but the thing is, that's what they've done. Like Hyderabad have done it. Like Hyderabad have done it. Like for like they've made it for their liking. This pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Yeah, but
you're gonna
it
get
kind
away with
of
maybe once or twice, but like there'll be a game where you're not gonna maybe your batters don't work. Then what's you like? Yeah, I mean I don't know. It just feels like it feels. I mean it's like it may be entertaining cricket if you're in the stadium, but in terms of like from a viewer's point of view, if someone makes 286, you know like 99.9% the other team's not chasing
yeah. I
it.
mean, so this pitch is. I mean, this pitch here that we saw the game today is a graveyard for bowlers. It's a
Yeah,
complete graveyard for bowlers. But we do have to see. I mean, so they have put in a lot of so they have brought in a new bowlers, Hyderabad, compared to how their bowling was last year. So they have brought in Zampa, Harshal Patel, Mohammad Shami. Simranjeet Singh looked good in like the power play.
yeah,
So we
he's a
have
good
to
power play
see,
bowler.
yeah. So we have to see how they bowl when they're not playing in Hyderabad, like.
Yeah, I
Because the
mean.
thing is, but the thing is, they're batting. They'll score runs anywhere, and they showed that last year.
Yeah, let's see if they can do it again this year then.
But the thing is, they showed that last year because And the thing is, this year they've added Ishan Kishan because like they told Adrian Markram, you're too slow for us, so we want someone faster.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, you talk about their batting being they can do that anywhere. But I think it'll be very rare to see this batting click this good every time, though, right? Like, I mean, Ishan Kishan, we know he has consistency issues. Let's see if he can improve on that, right? Travis Head, I will give you Travis Head was probably like the thing. Nitish Kumar Reddy, we'll see how consistent he can be. Hendrik Claassen is pretty consistent most times. Abhishek Sharma is good for really good for Hyderabad. So yeah, I do expect to them click as well, but I don't think so. Like you're gonna see this, and I think their bowling would be better in other grounds too if they would go to another
Yeah,
stadium. Like you have bowlers like what do you call it? Cummins, Mohammad Shami, Harshal Patel, Zampa. You expect them to do go to other grounds and put up a better fight.
yeah. But what I'm saying is like last year they actually like last year they showed that last year they went out and put up big scores, and they showed that they can that they can put up massive scores in most places. But it's their
Um,
bowling, which kind of,
it's their
but it
bowling in what
what
sense? Sorry,
but it was their bowling which kind of let them down.
what do you say?
It was their bowling which let them down, kind of. Right. The thing is was like they would put up a score of like 260, and then the other team would kind of made around 230 there. So so you would know that it's their bowling which is kind of weak. So, but I mean, if a team makes 260. Uh, you shouldn't be, like the other team should be getting that much. Like you should be getting the other team out early because I mean, the other team should be able to bundle under pressure. I mean, today when Rajasthan were 50 for three, I mean, I was thinking like, all right, yeah, I mean, like, oh, they've added so much to their bowling, they should be probably get Rajasthan probably get out for 150, 160 here now.
And they ended up
But
on 240,
it went
242.
down 242. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can understand on this pitch. Yeah, I mean, it's a completely bad. It's like completely for batting. Like I mean, bowlers get nothing out of this pitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean saying. Just because I mean they've like you seem like the IPL is trying to make at least with some of the rule changes trying to get like the get the bowlers more involved in the game with like a second new
Yeah,
ball potentially. But this pitch, I'm not a big fan of it to be honest personally. It just seems like bat first, Hyderabad make 200 plus and just eventually win the game. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. You've got Delhi versus the two more remaining, the two teams, the four teams that haven't played is you have Delhi versus Lucknow tomorrow, and then Gujarat versus Punjab on Tuesday.
hmm.
Any quick predictions for that before we wrap up?
Well, Rishabh Pant comes back. Rishabh Pant faces his old franchise,
Yeah,
Delhi.
I have Delhi winning and I have Punjab winning. I have bold predictions. I have Delhi winning and Punjab winning. Quickly, any predictions from you before we end it?
I think I might have Delhi winning as well
And what
because
about Punjab versus Gujarat
Punjab versus Gujarat.
on Tuesday?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I
I
think
saw Ricky Ponting doing puja, so I think that's why. And then-
so that's why you have Punjab
yeah,
winning.
yeah, yeah.
I'd say okay, you have Punjab, so I'm going to say Gujarat.
All
The only
right.
reason, but I'll hope the only reason I'd say have the only reason I have Delhi winning is because of Lucknow's bowling.
And Delhi's batting is good. Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, they have a good batting lineup.
KL Rahul's not playing first two games.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe they
maybe
didn't
then
do
they're not winning.
Delhi didn't do puja, so maybe I might switch.
So
All
okay,
right.
so Delhi's not winning then, is it?
Oh, we'll have to see. I'll see a toss. Let me see the playing 11 and then I'll see. Um, yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you guys please like these podcasts, please like and share on YouTube, share them on Spotify. Go check out our Instagram account, which is Two Wickets Down everywhere on all social platforms. Yeah, thank you.